Welcome to another deep dive. Ready to have your perspective shifted because today we're diving into some thought-provoking stuff.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
We're taking a deep dive into Rule 25 from the book 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. Ever heard of it?
I have. It's full of wisdom and insights about, well, love in all its forms, right?
Exactly. And this rule really got me thinking. So Rule 25, it's a powerful statement about heaven, hell, and get this, it says they're not in some distant afterlife.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this. This rule is saying those ideas, heaven and hell, they're more about the present moment, right here, right now.
You hit the nail on the head. That's precisely what it's saying. Hell is in the here and now, so is heaven.
Whoa. Whoa is right. That's a big one. Flipping the script on everything we traditionally think about those concepts. What jumps out at you?
Well, it's like when I first read it, I was like, wait, it's not about some afterlife judgment. It's about how we're experiencing life right now. That's wild.
Right. And what's fascinating is this whole concept, it challenges us to really think about the choices we're making daily, our actions, our thoughts. They're literally shaping our own personal heaven or hell in this very moment.
Exactly. And the rule doesn't stop there. It goes on to say, quit worrying about hell or dreaming about heaven as they are both present inside this very moment. So it's a call to action, isn't it?
Totally is. It's like, okay, we're creating our reality in each moment.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, what are we creating? Are we choosing actions and thoughts that cultivate a sense of peace, joy, connection, those heavenly qualities?
And on the flip side, are we getting bogged down in anger, resentment, jealousy, all those things that create, let's be honest, a pretty hellish state of mind?
And that's what makes this rule so powerful, right? It's not just some abstract concept. It's giving us a framework for living a more fulfilling life today. Not someday, but right now.
Totally. It's like that saying, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. We're the ones who suffer. But the rule takes it a step further, right? It gives us concrete examples. It says every time we fall in love, we ascend to heaven. Every time we hate, envy, or fight someone, we tumble straight into the fires of hell.
Oh, those examples are so vivid. And they bring it home, don't they? Think about it. Those moments when you're feeling love, joy, deep connection with someone, those really do feel like glimpses of heaven on earth.
You're so right. And on the other hand, when we're harboring hate, envy, getting caught up in conflict that creates suffering, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. And that's a pretty spot-on description of what we traditionally think of as hell, right?
Absolutely. And, this whole concept of heaven and hell in the present moment, it actually resonates with a lot of spiritual traditions, doesn't it?
It totally does. Like in Buddhism, there's this idea about attachment being the root of suffering, attachment to desires, aversion to unpleasant experiences.
Right, right. And by letting go of those attachments, that's when we can find true peace and contentment. Not because our external circumstances are always perfect, but because we're choosing to approach them with a sense of awareness and acceptance. Which is really what this rule is encouraging us to do, right?
It is. And the more I think about it, the more I realize just how profound this idea really is. It's like this rule, it's giving us permission to let go of those worries, those fears, those resentments that are weighing us down and preventing us from experiencing true joy and fulfillment.
And that's a really empowering message, don't you think? Because it means we have more control over our experience than we might realize.
So much more. And that's what I want listeners to take away from this deep dive. We can choose to create more heaven in our lives, starting right now.
And it doesn't have to be some monumental effort either. It can be as simple as practicing gratitude each day, approaching difficult situations with a little more patience, maybe even just taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us. Those small shifts can make a world of difference.
This has given me a lot to think about, that's for sure. So listeners, here's a final thought for you to chew on. What if, instead of getting caught up in the past or worrying about the future, we focused on bringing more love, more kindness, more presence into this moment, right here, right now? What kind of heaven could we create, both for ourselves and for the world around us? Until next time, keep diving deep, everyone.